Okay, let's start off. So, most obvious ones. First of all, I've spoken with Daniel Rusev quite a bit, and he's fine with me covering this thing, and he's fine with me bringing up this topic and bringing up all of these things. We've talked to him quite extensively. There are some pictures that I can't show you. There are some things that I can't show you, so you'll just have to take our word for it. But well, there's quite a lot going on here. There's some things I can't show you because they are, well, just can't show you. Simple as that. Not gonna go into detail on why we're not allowed to show. But this all started yesterday when I saw someone share this picture in the official in my Discord. I saw someone share this picture, and this is from Daniel Rusev's own Discord. This is from his own Discord. His announcement channel, and Daniel Rusev is a YouTuber. I think he does Twitch as well. He posts usually compilations on YouTube of World of Warships, and he's CC. So this was where it started. Everyone, I'm sorry for not streaming today. This afternoon was very rough for me work-wise. Also, I feel the need to apologize to you. I teased you live on Twitch that Wargaming approached me with a deal to sponsor my WoW's funny videos, and that I have managed to arrange for a special deal with them for already existing players. This is actually really rare. Wargaming generally hates giving goodies to people who already play the game. They want to drive new players. We'll get into more of this later. Basically, new players that install the game from my link get a lot of extra goodies, which is the standard stuff. However, I managed to negotiate for them to make a code that will give premium account time, doubloons, and containers for free to anyone from my viewers that redeems the code, no matter if he just downloads the game or was already playing. Now, this is obviously very good exposure. They made the code with the rewards. Yeah, you posted this, Ghost Battleship posted this. They made the code with the rewards. We agreed on everything, even signed a contract. So it was basically a done deal, and the code was going to be featured on the new WoW's funny I delayed for this week. Basically a compilation video that he's been delaying for this moment. However, at the last possible moment, Wargaming decided to cancel the deal, the contract, and just stop working with me. After asking the reason of the sudden change of heart, I was told they would not work with me simply because I am a CC. They refused to elaborate further. They should have known I'm a CC from the start, because I should be in their internal database to begin with, as well as I'm one of the biggest CCs, and it literally says I am one on my channel and vids. He actually also sent them an email letting them know he was one. I'll get into that later. I am crushed from this. I do not care about the money I lost. I care about the fact that I feel like I have failed you. I had the opportunity to do something amazing for you guys, the WoW's community, and reward you for playing the game with an awesome monthly supply of free goodies. I had the opportunity to do more for this community than almost anyone else in terms of rewards, but I couldn't. I couldn't because I am a CC. This is so stupid, so idiotic, so moronic that it leaves me speechless. I am crushed and honestly feel like shit and in no condition to play WoWs for at least today. I'm sorry for failing you guys. Now, I saw this, and then I was like, okay, what the fuck? This is a pretty fucking big deal. Okay, surely like a CC being treated like this, surely like the other CCs will rally, there will be some sort of protest, some sort of something. And went to bed, woke up today, nothing. Absolute ghost town, absolute silence. No one said or done a single fucking thing, and it's just been ignored. So, first of all, I PM'd him and asked him, is this image I see circulating about Wargaming screwing you, is this real? And then he said, yes, it is. And then I asked if it's okay if I talk about it and post about it, and he said, yeah, that's fine. And basically, the only one who's apparently in any way trying to help him out right now is Bogsy. And that's probably the only guy at Wargaming these days I hear a lot of positive things about. But apparently nothing has been done, and nothing has actually progressed in any way. So he says he can't share anything about the contract he signed because it's NDA, although I doubt the contract has much value these days since apparently the other party has completely ignored it. There are a couple of deals. This happened a month ago, An advertising company hired by Wargaming contacted me with the proposition to sponsor my channel in exchange for advertising World of Warships. Being sponsored by the main game used for content is very good both for the audience and the game developer, so I was more than eager to do it. From the get-go, I got asked if I am an employee for Wargaming or work for them in any way, which confused me a bit because they should know that info, but I thought it was some kind of standard mandatory question. I stated I am a CC for the game and I was part of the Wargaming affiliate program before. However, he doesn't do it. He's not a part of it anymore. Now, he has shown me the emails. Considering they're between him and the advertising agency, they are NDA, but he has shown me a picture of him saying, I am a CC. He stated quite clearly that he is a CC. He didn't show me anything what they said, so he only showed his own part, letting us know that they know. They know very clearly. So he's done basically nothing wrong at this point. He informed them from the get-go, I worked for the affiliate program in the past, and I am currently a CC. So, and after that, it was standard talks regarding type of advertising and the budget for it. Payment methods and sums were approved, and a contract was made and signed. This was a month ago. And Wargaming themselves were very hyped to work with me, because my content is centered around the game, so they gave me a big freedom in deciding how to promote the game. Ad style and duration and what to say and how to say it, which is awesome. So, I actually asked him about this a bit more. I asked him about this part. Let's see. Yeah, they were actually really... They were happy to do this, and they were happy to have him more. Sorry, let me continue. The promotion itself is the standard deal for games. Basically, if you're a new player, download the game from my link and get extra rewards. However, he managed to convince Wargaming to make him a special code that would be available for current players, which is very rare. Wargaming generally doesn't give too good of a reward to someone who's already playing. They don't like doing that. So this was kind of a big deal. So obviously, he was quite hyped. He was quite hyped about this. The code was supposed to give them, give everyone who uses it 200 doubloons, 2 days of premiums, and a jack-o'-lantern container. And the code was actually going to be in his name. So this is big promotion. Having a code in your own name that everyone is spamming and sharing around. It's almost as good as having a code called "Fuck You, Turi." Almost as good as that code. So... yeah, true. NDA would always stay in place. Generally, would also stay in place. But yeah, basically, he was going to have his own code and everything. And obviously, looking at it, this code doesn't cost Wargaming anything. I mean, they're just giving digital in-game goods. And they create a lot of goodwill. And, like, honestly, it just doesn't seem like a big deal. Right now, the code was limited to only 100 activations, but they were going to extend it potentially in the future. Rusev himself says, yeah, the rewards were not that big, and they said they can probably become better in the future, but even then, it was nice. Having your own personal code is a big deal. Generally, they don't do personalized codes. But it was like, honestly, 100 players getting a code. It's peanuts for a company like Wargaming. It's peanuts in general. So that was his driving motivation, of course, and made me hyped. I can understand that. Honestly, for any content creator, having your personalized code to share to people, everyone posts it, spams it in chat and everywhere. It spreads really quickly in World of Warships. Obviously, it's great for visibility. He delayed his video production and the posting of 2 videos on my channel in order to work on this video. He was in the middle of doing it when the manager of the advertising company contacted him and said that Wargaming is pulling out of the deal. And he was completely baffled, and this was 2-3 days before he was going to post this video. Wargaming, with a month to prepare, 2 days before, pulls out of the entire deal and of the entire contract. So he was asking why they're suddenly pulling out at the last moment. And the only thing they said is they cannot work with him because he's a CC. He's a community contributor. So Wargaming cannot work with him. Yeah, that's a that's a interesting reasoning, to put it very lightly. Uh, and they knew that. He stated it in his first email, and I mean, Wargaming themselves should at least have some sort of internal communication a lot sooner that should have figured this out. Like, even if, let's say, they don't read any of the emails, they don't read any of these things, as soon as the contract hit the table, the first thing they should have checked is, who is this guy? But, and no, no, they did not. And, and they said, and their explanation was, they said something in the ballpark of that while creating the code, they found out I am a CC, so they killed the deal. Only then, when they were actually generating the code, did they find out and kill the deal. Only at this point. Like, this is wargaming communication in peak performance right now. And this he shows me an email. I can't show that to you guys, but he says he says World of Warships is my primary game that I feature on my channel, and I am even a CC for Wargaming. He states this clearly, and he even states that he used to be part of the affiliate program. Now, being a part of the affiliate program is pretty important, and we'll get into that later, because the affiliate program is also pretty amusing when you consider this. So, and the funny thing is, this company was looking for long-term promotion as well. So, the argument is that he's not allowed to actually be hired and promote the game by Wargaming because he's a CC. But it's interesting that if you're a CC, you are allowed to participate in the official affiliate program that Wargaming has. Wargaming has, we can even show it, Wargaming affiliate program. We can show this. You are actually allowed to take part in the affiliate program for the game, which is, well, basically getting paid. You can partner with them directly and get paid. So the argument that you're not allowed to be paid while being a CC for promoting their game doesn't actually exist, because you're more than allowed to take part in the affiliate program where you can make money for promoting the game. So this is acceptable, but apparently this sponsorship deal was not acceptable. Not exactly sure how this works. Their comments were, I just found out that Daniel is our contributor, and they refuse to run campaigns with him because he's already working for them. Now, being a CC for Wargaming isn't actually working for Wargaming. You don't get, like, you don't sign a working contract, you don't get any work benefits, they don't pay you a salary. It's not work. I mean, one can argue that it's work, but it's most certainly not paid work. And you don't get anything from Wargaming in terms of this. And apparently, since he's a community contributor and in active cooperation, they're going to kill this entire deal. It's volunteer, right? It's volunteer. They pay you in kind with doubloons and virtual items. Yeah, they basically give you in-game stuff, and they might occasionally promote your channel, but calling it work is very much debatable. There's certainly no working contract that you're signing regarding this. And anyways, and he says, signing a contract and pulling out last moment is an insult enough, but not working with me just because I'm a CC is next level. And there's no actual rules in, as far as I can tell, in the CC, like there's no CC rules, no guidelines that tell you that you can't be paid. There's nothing that says so. In fact, there is a section that says there is generally no sponsored content in a usual interpretation. Generally no. That doesn't mean there can't be. So if you're a CC and you're hoping to do any sort of contract deal with any agency or anyone regarding wargaming, they're gonna kill this deal probably last minute because apparently they don't verify the shit or communicate in any way, and they don't tell you this in the CC program. You'll only find out when you're finalizing the deal, or sometimes even apparently when the contract is signed. Only then will you find out that being a CC means that they will refuse to pay you. And yeah, then he says, the funny thing is, at this point, he says, and probably one of the reasons he's willing to be quite vocal about this, he says, "This made me realize that I will be more beneficial to the World of Warships community if I am not a CC, which is straight up ridiculous." Welcome to the club, Daniel Russo. Welcome to the club. I realized that about 1.5 years ago. But it's nice to see that wargaming through their actions is managing to teach other people this very same lesson. It's an important lesson to learn, but yikes. Another CC program success. And yeah. Anyways, and what's extra funny about this is there's no rules against being sponsored. And they're more than willing to have you be part of the CC program and join the affiliate program, which is you sponsoring or you promoting the game and being paid for it. But if you were to take a sponsorship deal through an outside agency, they will apparently kill it because you're a CC. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And they say that you're, as a CC, you're working for them, but if you actually try to be hired and paid for it, they will refuse that. So this is, it's such a man, this is such a fucking wargaming moment. It's like, it's hard to put into words. This is such a fucking wargaming moment. I feel, dude, this is like the level of miscommunication here. And yeah, congratulations to the other CCs for their assistance. Yeah, once again, I haven't heard anything from any other CC about this issue. In fact, I wouldn't even know about this unless someone literally posted a picture of it in my Discord. Otherwise, it would have been complete radio silence. But this was like, this was a deal made, a contract signed, rewards and work being done, and literally minutes or days before the release date, they pulled the plug. So that's all the work down the drain, all the hype, all the interest. Like, this is not how you treat people who want to promote your game, wargaming. This is not how you do it. I mean, this is how you guys do it, but generally speaking, this is not a successful way of doing it. Like, I don't understand how they can continually fuck this shit up. Like, where is the communication within that? And also, a smarter company would have, as soon as you realized what has happened, and you realized, hey, our CC, this guy who loves our game and has already made a vid and is hyped and is about to promote it, it wasn't part of our like usual idea to pay this guy, but we've already signed a contract, he's already done the work. At this point, we should pay him because otherwise, like, this is not, what was it, 100 activations for like 200 dubs? Hello? That's 20,000 dubs. That's literally less than these fuckers are charging for the Velos right now. The Velos is 31,000 doubloons. A Fletcher reskin for one person is 50% more expensive than that entire code was in doubloon cost. Why make a shit show out of something so fucking irrelevant? I don't understand. 20.8, yeah, but Admiral Kartoffel, you can't reach the final bundle unless you buy bundles on the way. So the final part is 20.8, but you needed to burn about 10k dubs to get there. You needed to buy containers to get there. So this is such such a poor idea. This was such a poor idea. Like this, like the entire setup was already poor, but once it was already too late, contract signed, work was being done, it's such a small cost to eat to just go through with the sponsorship, especially because they have paid CCs before to make vids. That's the thing. iChase Gaming. We spoke to him earlier today when we talked about this Daniel Rusev's thing. We spoke to him earlier today during the stream, and iChase was paid for his Naval Academy projects while being a part of the CC program. So he was a part of the partner program and he was being paid to do his naval things. So this is in no way unheard of. This is just Wargaming deciding that, nah, this guy, we don't want to fucking pay him. It's an extra level of fucking scumminess. 20,000 dubs is 80 US. How petty is this? That's the thing. It is so petty. And it's like this penny, and it's not even real fucking goods. It's digital goods that they can print at will. It's like the actual value is only 80 US because we give it that value. It's such a silly level of pettiness and such a dumb way of giving yourself the worst possible publicity and fucking over someone who was so hyped to do content for your game. It baffles me. It fucking baffles me. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid as hell. Like, who thought this was a good idea to pull the plug on this? Who the fuck thought it was a good idea? Such a terrible... I spoke about this before, but their PR is dreadful. Their PR is dreadful. They come across as so greedy and so community unfriendly. They come across as they fucking hate their player base constantly. And they do nothing to alleviate it. In fact, every year it seems like it gets worse. It's just baffling. Like, it feels like the public relations department just have forced to do damage. I don't even know if they have one. I don't think they have. Because this is a slam dunk for anyone who calls this company greedy. Like, remember what they did to Rusev? Why? Why would you present this image of yourself and your company to the public? Especially when we're talking about such a petty sum and such a petty amount from the code. This is the same company that fucked over a free camera mod for weeks for not accepting their truth. I remember. When people wanted all. Daniel Rusev, the only reason I stay in the CC program is to get premium ships for my content without paying Wargaming anything. I will never pay them money. I can't blame you, Daniel. Like, this is... I can't blame you. Like, this is... The sad part is there are people who pay them a lot. Sad part is there are people who pay them a lot, and there's people who will go out of their way to defend them. When... What are they doing? What are they thinking? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand who or they're in charge thought this was a good way of going about this. Boctopus gifted a sub to Daniel. How in trouble is Daniel going to get for this coming out? I mean, I doubt very much in trouble. Like, they start going after Daniel at this point for their own fuck-up. I mean, that's another slam dunk in the, wow, this company is behaving like idiots. That's another slam dunk, you know. It wouldn't surprise me if they start going after him. Wouldn't surprise me if they start going after him. I'm gonna watch and see if the other CCs are gonna sit quiet and spectate from the side and just not say a word. Because the fact that no one's spoken up about this yet is like, what the fuck? Hello? Like, you allow that shit to go down right now? You think you're gonna get treated any better? Can you blame CCs though? It's like asking for a target to get put on your back if you go against the grain. I mean, do you want to go with the grain in situations like this? Hard to keep respect for anyone who does that. Just gonna say it. Hard to keep respect for anyone who goes with the grain. CC Exodus 2.0, is there anyone left to leave?